So, a baby whale goes to his dad, right, and says, "Hey, I learned that I came from your balls, Dad." Papa whale says, "You know what, son? You're welcome." There you go.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Let's just starting this bullshit off already. Alright, Jesus.
Sure.
Just drink your mouse coffee for a second. Greetings, programs. Get your ass in here. Welcome to another week of Welfare Broadcasting. We call it the Geeks from Apartment 2 podcast. We are recording from Apartment 2 Studios somewhere deep in the heart of Rock City, New York, a.k.a. Herpy Town.
Yeah.
What? It's number 2 in the country. Not country. Number 2 in the state.
Yes. I mean,
That means obviously
one.
People are fucking. Yeah, number 1 is they say like it's New York City, Brooklyn to be exact.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you get herpes just touching trees out there. So.
I am your geek with the voice, Alan One. Sitting across from me, as always, the... God damn it, I had a fucking thing for this one.
Oh, come on.
I had
Watson?
No.
Peas to your carrots?
No, fuck it. But you are the peas in my carrots. We should not go together, but somehow we do. This is peas and carrots.
Yeah, there you go.
This is weird. It's Brother C.
It's me. It's Brother C. Yeah, you know what? Dad joke season is upon us. You're gonna get lovely dad jokes throughout the show. You know what? It's just the thing I do. And you know, when a dad joke is a dad joke and not a regular joke?
Why?
When it becomes apparent. See, if I could capture the essence of this head roll we just had here, you would be, you awash and just sigh. It's beautiful.
Jesus fucking Lord.
Yeah.
Let's get this business out of the way. Of course, we are on YouTube, so like, share, and subscribe. Finger pop that bell to be notified of all new episodes. You can email with me directly at luckymerciless1@gmail.com, and we are on Twitter at Geeks from Apartment 2.
I gotta make a ghost email account for this show, which I will be doing sooner than later, and I will have a personal Twitter handle for the show as well. Probably just Brother C at Crunchy
Reddit.
Huh?
You're on Reddit, right?
I use the same name for everything across the board.
Okay.
And the thing is that name has a lot of power, has a lot of weight.
Does it?
Yes, the winged serpent.
You have a lot of weight.
I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm actually down.
Where's your fucking feet, nigga?
Yes. You know,
when
I cut those ego talons. When I cut those ego talons, that was clearly like 5 pounds right there. And I had one of those like velociraptor toes. There's just one giant hook.
Dude, man, you came fresh off the slave ship.
I did.
Feet. God
hey,
damn.
Look, you know, it's like you don't need lotion on your feet if you're on your feet and you're running around all day because they're always sweating. So
that's gross.
There's your moisture right there. And I would catch fish like a secretary bird by stabbing them.
Salmon. You catch salmon fishing upstream.
Yes. Just stab the water with my big toe.
Just waiting for them salmon to just jump out in the river and just catch them with his feet. Like a goddamn nature show. Cool! Oh, man. So, let me start with this shit. I got a fucking bone to pick.
Oh.
I got a fucking goddamn bone to pick.
With who?
You, nigga.
What? What'd I do?
You woke up this morning. That's what you did. I'm just fucking No. Let me preface this by saying I like this website called superherostuff.com. I get a whole lot of shit from them, as you know, including this sweet-ass fucking Infinity Gauntlet ring I got on right now. It's fucking dope, right?
It looks like a high school ring, but it's...
it's a class. It looks like a class ring,
yeah.
But it has the Infinity Stones on it. And I've been getting a lot of compliments on
It's
it.
dope. It's a dope ass
It's
ring.
dope ass shit, right?
I mean, it really makes you want to get into a fight so you can like freaking
Just knock somebody, just put dents in their fucking forehead with this thing. Oh yeah, it's big enough. You can do that shit. Yeah.
That's just smashing reality. This is your reality.
Power. So recently, I saw this thing on their website.
Yes.
It was what I thought was a Dickies work shirt.
Okay.
Okay. And on the back of it, it had all these different logos, and one was the Flash, the other one was Green Lantern. I like both of them, so I had to flip a fucking coin.
Yes.
And so I got the Green Lantern one.
Okay.
I thought that it was embroidered. It was stitched on.
Let me guess, it's like an iron-on?
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, shit, he got it.
You can't see this programs because it's a goddamn audio podcast. Look at this shit.
Oh.
It's ironed on.
It's an iron-on print.
It's ironed on, and it's not a Dickies shirt.
It's not.
And I have an actual Dickies shirt. Let me tell you something.
That's like a Doki shirt.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yes.
If you knew how much this motherfucker was, you'd be mad as a motherfucker. You'd be like, Alan, you really paid too much for this.
I'm going to say $40.
Dude, I could have bought it Mortal Kombat.
Oh, man.
For less.
Oh, man. You could have got the deluxe edition.
I could have got I could have got that. I could have got Madden.
With a season pass?
No, it's not that much.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I could have gotten Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that sucks.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other thing is that I have an actual fucking Dickies shirt. Now, mind you,
Dickies is heavy duty.
It's a double XL shirt.
Yes.
But still, I could have went and got a goddamn
Green Lantern patch.
A patch. Talk to your significant other who knows her way around a sewing machine, because I don't. Paid her probably less than it would have cost to get this goddamn shirt.
It would have been done for free.
That's what I mean. I was like, God damn it.
Why don't you return it?
Nah, I don't want to. I'll wear it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll wear it, but I'm not going to be happy with it.
You're going to hate wear it. Like, man, fuck this Power Ring.
That's like, that's like hate fucking someone.
Yeah.
I don't really like you, but you're here.
I'm going to make it hurt. I'm going to finish first.
Yup.
And you get to watch me.
Yeah, man.
Jerk off in front of you. Ah.
What do we learn? Sometimes you don't get. You don't always get what you pay for.
No, you don't.
You do not. Not in this goddamn case.
You rarely nowadays get what you pay for, or get what you think something is worth. That's
like, why really? I blew a bag on that.
Yeah, you did.
But the balance is
the ring is dope.
The ring is dope. So
it
all comes. It all comes out in the wash.
As Donald says, it all is balance. Actually, you took
I thought you was going to say. I thought you was going to go with what did it cost you? Everything. Oh man. So let's start off the show. Get the show on the fucking roll. Let's start with some tasty tidbits of information. That title is tentative until we, it might be that. It might be something else by the time you.
It might be,
next week's show.
It might be. Damn it! Never mind.
Crumbs of news.
Yeah, crumbs. Yeah, morsels of facts.
Yes, morsels of messages.
Fact punch to the face.
Yeah. Well, let's start with Disney, because Disney's had quite a busy week. And we start with what happened over. Yeah.
Okay.
What happened over the weekend. If you don't know by now, Disney and Sony had parted ways as it regards to Spiderman.
Yeah.
I had to really sit down and figure out what the hell's going on with this whole thing. So the idea is that Disney and Sony were co-producing, or co-financing, I should say.
Yes.
The last two Spider-Man movies, Far From Home and Homecoming before that.
Uh-huh.
And then Disney said, well, we want 50-50.
Yes.
50-50 of the profits. And I guess Sony was like, you know what, Mickey? Fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck your whore-ass girlfriend, Minnie. Fuck that retarded Duck Donald. Fuck Chip and Dale. And their slut Gadget. Fuck Goofy and Pluto. Why does Goofy talk but not Pluto? Answer me that, Mickey. And fucking deal.
Slight digression. So that came up, and someone was like, "Yo, what if Pluto just is like autistic and can't talk?" So Minnie owns an autistic person because technically he's the only non like sentient animal in the Disney universe. Like no one owns another pet.
Yeah.
So maybe Pluto is just retarded. and Mickey owns a retard as a pet.
Or maybe Pluto got his tongue cut out for doing something terrible.
Oh, Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar! Oh! I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming. God damn, I knew that was coming.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, we got together last Thursday off mic.
Yes.
Had a few too many, and was just making jokes about Lady Thor, like where's Natalie Portman been all this time? She ain't been in space. She's just been in Jeddah.
Yeah.
You know, just killing motherfuckers like Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. But Lady Thor, we need you on Earth. Allahu Akbar. That's the only thing she's gonna say.
That's the only thing.
That's her. I am Groot is Allahu Akbar.
And when they try to like get her to do a thing, and she's like, "Well, you know, the call of prayer is going on right now, so this world-ending event is gonna have to wait. I gotta pray towards Mecca. Allah Akbar."
Oh God. But getting back to where we were, Disney and Sony. So as it stands right now, there is no plans for Spider-Man to be in any MCU movie.
Nope.
Now that could change. But here's the thing, see.
Yes.
The MCU is doing just fine without Spider-Man in the first goddamn place.
It sure is.
And I know for some of you out there, it's sacrilege. Because you can't even tell, because Spider-Man is Marvel. That's like saying, well, you can't do DC
without Superman. Spider-Man is the most popular superhero in the world.
He is. But hear me out, programs.
Yes.
While Sony was doing a thing with Spider-Man, Marvel, with the help of a few other studios, including Paramount, and then, what was the other one? One was Paramount. Oh, Universal.
Yes.
They were creating this grand amusement park.
Oh, yes.
Called the MCU. Filled with soaring highs and a couple of lows. Looking at you, Thor. That's why I won't do that Marvel MCU challenge.
Oh, watching
all of them? No.
Yeah, because you have to watch Thor 1 and 2.
I gotta watch this shit again? No.
It doesn't get good until Ragnarok.
God. I really gotta sit there and watch Iron Man 2 and 3 again?
Yup.
I gotta watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes.
I gotta watch Captain Marvel again.
You technically have
Doctor
to watch
Strange.
Ant-Man 2.
Oh, God. No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. But that's what they were doing. They took all these other characters like Iron Man and Captain America and Thor and Black Widow and did, for the most part, such a good job that you forgot sometimes that Spider-Man was part of Marvel.
Yeah, and didn't have his own movie in the MCU.
They made you forget that there was such a thing as the X-Men and Fantastic Four and everybody else. You know what I mean? Because we just... no
one forgets the Fantastic Four. They've never been a blip on the radar ever.
But my point is that we were so invested in those characters that we forgot about Spider-Man. Yeah. So when Spider-Man came along, hey, guess what? We were blessed. Yeah. We were blessed to get Spider-Man when he did.
We got a good Spider-Man.
And a good Spider-Man.
Holland is a fantastic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, I mean, Sony, look, love you to bits. PlayStation's awesome. But your movies, man, your Bay Homes. Okay?
Well, the first two Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
With Tobey Maguire were pretty good. Everything else after that stunk.
It stunk. And
except for Into the Spider-Verse. I'll give you credit for that. Because that was great.
One of the best animated movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was great.
My thing is that how many reboots are we gonna have to suffer through?
Well, that's the other thing.
Yes.
Is that let's say this deal sticks.
Yes.
This split sticks, and Sony's like, fuck you, Disney. We can make a fucking Spider-Man movie. They better hope that movie cooks the same way Homecoming and Far From Home does or did. Because if it doesn't, they're going to be opening up a lot of surprise eggs.
Yes.
They're going to be sitting there thinking to themselves, damn, we should have plea bargained. We should have took the deal.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting in the booty house with a bullshit Spider-Man movie that nobody wants. And on top of that, to your point, if they do make a Spider-Man movie, they can't talk about anything that happened in the last two because they don't own that shit.
No, they can't.
They want you to take the mind bleach and totally forget that. Oh yeah, he was part of the Avengers, and oh yeah, he's in space. It's almost like when siblings like fight against each other. Mom, tell Sony that Spider-Man was in space. He's lying.
You know what it's like? Here's the best example. When we had 2 Quicksilvers.
Yeah.
And that shit pissed everybody off. Because Sony had the good Quicksilver. We were like, can we just have that Quicksilver? No. No.
That wasn't Sony.
That wasn't Sony who had that
was
one?
Fox.
Oh, yeah, Fox had them.
That was Fox.
Oh, because they did... yes, they have. Yeah, they did the X-Men.
Because they have the X-Men.
But
the one in the MCU was like...
Yeah, it's like...
But hey, we got Scarlet Witch with her fine ass.
Yeah, we got Scarlet Witch.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
That's the other point of all this.
Yes.
So let's say this whole thing never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Disney had so much coming down the old poop chute, that we'll get into in a minute, that they wouldn't have done another Spider-Man movie for years any fucking way.
It doesn't matter. They can sit on that. They can sit on that and wait for that.
That's what I mean. Like, it's... With everything that we know is coming... it would have been a couple of years before you got a Spider-Man movie any fucking way. So, who was to say that Sony would change their minds and say, okay, fuck it. You know, there's too much money on the table for us not to do this. Because at the end of the day...
They're not desperate for it.
Yeah, no, they're not. But still, at the same time, you got Disney, helping you foot the bill.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all this. At the end of the day, like Joe Pesci said in Casino, it's about the dollars.
Yeah.
Always the fucking dollars. That's all this is. They're in the
studios
business.
And a pissing contest.
And a pissing, yeah, absolutely. And for all these people, it's like, I'm going to boycott Sony. Well, good luck.
No.
For what?
Why?
But why? Why are you not boycotting?
That's like people who burn their Nikes. You already got your money.
Yeah, right.
You're just ruining shit.
Hey, listen, when Brett Favre went from Green Bay to Minnesota, I didn't burn my fucking Green Bay shit.
No.
I was just like, no, I'm still a Green Bay fan. It's unfortunate that he's not there anymore. Just like I'm still a Marvel fan, even if Spider-Man's not there. I'm still going to watch this shit.
Yeah, we still have Big Home.
Yeah. Which wasn't, I can't say that. Just because we didn't like it doesn't mean it wasn't a hit.
What, Big Home?
Yeah. That made like almost $1 billion.
Did it?
It made $800 million altogether.
Okay, good for them.
So, it's not like they can't make a hit, but still.
Yeah.
You had Spider-Man in the MCU and you're fucking that up. So what are you going to do? So that's that. Let's talk a little. Let's keep going with Disney for a second, because over the weekend was their Expo, D23.
Yep.
And quite a few announcements coming down here. Things that they didn't talk about at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Including, here's the first thing.
Disney Plus?
No, Disney Plus. There are 3 more shows coming to this thing.
Yes.
Two that kind of soon was coming. One I didn't think they were going to do right away. And one I wasn't even thinking about. The first one is they're going to do a Ms. Marvel show.
Yes, I did hear about this.
Yeah, which is...
that's cool.
I guess her name is Kamala Khan, and not Kamala Khan, as I've been saying.
Kamala Khan?
Yeah, I guess that's her name, Kamala Khan.
Kamala, like Kubla Khan? But Kamala Khan?
Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Not
Kamala, the Ugandan giant that got diabetes and lost limbs like Big Mama and so forth.
I thought Kamala sounded more like a Klingon name, like I am Kamala Khan.
Kamala Khan.
Grr knock knocked.
Yeah.
That's my Klingon name.
Dikope.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I can speak some Klingon, not fluently, but I can speak a little bit of it.
Nerd.
Good. It's in the name, folks. Geek. The second one is a show that I know you might be looking forward to.
What?
Moon Knight.
Ah, yes. Good old Moon Knight.
You're doing a Moon Knight show.
The dude that needs to get his money back from Dracula. I swear, if that whole series is just that, like him trying to get his money back from Dracula, that'd be a fine series.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
It's not.
And they're doing She-Hulk.
Really?
Doing a She-Hulk TV show.
I hope it's like Ally McBeal.
I'll say this much. Whoever's going to be She-Hulk,
She better be fine as fuck.
she better have tits on her. She better have a rack.
She better be a glamazon, pretty much.
Oh wait, we're supposed to forget that that's the appeal of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm sexist. I'm misogynist because they said she needs to have tits.
She's a sexy bodybuilder that's green.
Yeah, and during the day she's a lawyer.
Yes.
And at night she fights crime.
So,
but she's got tits. Oh, listen, Marvel, let's not forget, y'all used to do swimsuit specials.
Yes, she did.
With She-Hulk front and center.
Rock and all of them.
Yeah, and Rogue. And fucking Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
And fucking Emma Frost.
Emma Frost stayed dressing like a hooker. Though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's no different if, let's say they do a Vampirella show or a movie, right?
Yeah,
if she's not in that goddamn outfit, it ain't Vampirella. Sorry.
It's like Vampirella, dresses casual. I don't want to see.
Nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see Vampirella
pantsuit.
Yeah. In sweatpants.
No,
nobody wants to see her.
Yeah, that's a horrible visual. I just had it. It's horrible.
You see, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Juicy couture.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want her in velour shit. You want to see her in that slinky ass fucking outfit.
Yeah,
this is how it works, folks. I have no idea who you get to play fucking She-Hulk. I have no clue. I can't think of not one person. I mean, even like a wrestler. You know what I mean? I can't think of no one that can play this. I think they're just gonna CG. I think they're gonna do some CGI shit like they did with Hulk in the last movie.
I'm trying to think, who's a tall lady?
Who's the tall lady guy who's got a rack on her?
No, it can't just be a tall lady who has a rack. She has to be moderately buff.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
you got to go to wrestling for that shit.
Maybe MMA. Maybe Maisha Tate.
I was gonna say, what's her nuts there? Gina Carano. But she can't act for shit.
Yeah, she can't.
She can't act. If Haywire is any indicator,
oh my God.
Cannot act.
Yo,
bro.
have you seen the clips of the NBA 2K20 has the
I know it has WNBA this time around.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
No, it has like the NBA actors reading their own voice lines.
No, I did not.
Oh God! If I get a chance to show you, I gotta show you that.
I'm sure it's horrendous. Yeah, remember they're athletes. They didn't go to school to learn shit. They go to school to play basketball.
But the thing is, it's so bad because it's like you know how you can tell when someone's reading a script.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're reading a script because they read it like who's that illiterate boxer?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, they read it like that. Like
I just assume, man, they're athletes.
Oh man,
I'm not saying all of them are like that, but I assume some of them are like that.
Really gotta make sure you pass the rock.
Oh man. Well,
She-Hulk. I actually like She-Hulk. I like her arc. I hope they.
I don't know that much. I don't know that much about her or Moon Knight, but I did read the first 2 volumes of Ms. Marvel, the new Ms. Marvel.
You did,
and I just assumed that was coming. And we talked about this. It's like, yeah, okay, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do past Endgame? I was like, they're probably gonna end up doing Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel has like these rare run-ins with like jobber villains. I think Shocker is just one of those guys who keeps running into her. And it's almost Tom and Jerry-ish.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's just like with their interactions, like it's very Warner Brothers-y, chasey with them, and it's just kind of hilarious.
So you can hear me going through a bag. But,
get the Cerberus.
No.
Release the Hound.
But no, Ms. Marvel was
Big Boy.
They're not big boys, but you're welcome to one.
No,
well, then beggars can't be choosers.
I'm not begging. That's the thing.
But yeah, Ms. Marvel is really the only new character that stuck.
She is.
Nobody wanted Asian Hulk. Nobody wanted Lady Thor. Nobody wanted. To your point, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl doesn't count because she was already established, but they just brought her back.
Yeah.
So nobody wants Riri Williams as Ironheart. I think that's coming as well. I think that's coming.
I think it has to come.
Yeah, especially if you saw fucking Endgame, you know what happened.
It has to come.
So in the comics, it makes sense.
Yes.
With her origin story and all that shit.
Mhm.
So, but Ms. Marvel just seemed to make the most sense at this point. So, no casting, no release dates as of yet. I assume this is all coming after whatever they're gonna do with the current slate of stuff that we know is coming.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing at D23. All the stuff that we know is coming, like Eternals,
Yes.
Loki, WandaVision. We'll get into that in a minute.
Mhm.
They brought out all the cast members for all that stuff. So, like, for Eternals, for example, Angelina Jolie came out.
Yay.
And the rest of the cast, and they showed a picture of them in their costumes.
Doing it.
No, not doing it.
All right. No, not having sex, but, doing the part.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. WandaVision continues to be the strangest out of stuff they're doing so far.
Yes. Because
we get a little bit, but they had a poster for this. I probably have that up as like their opening shot is the poster of WandaVision. Because Marvel said that the show is kind of like a sitcom.
Yes.
But it's Marvel.
Yes.
But it's a sitcom.
Okay.
I thought, what I wish they would have done?
The Vision story?
Yes.
Yes.
The one where he makes a family?
Yes.
And it goes completely haywire? Yes. I would have loved
if they would have did that, where Wanda's just a wife and it's not a clone of himself.
Yeah, and it just goes nuts.
Yeah.
I would have loved. I would have been like,
it'd be like every episode is too many cooks, because that's how that story plays out.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's what's going on the Marvel side. On the Star Wars side, they showed a trailer for The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah. The new Star Wars show that's coming to Disney Plus. It looks like it's basically, what if Star Wars was a Western? What if Boba Fett was like the man with no name? Yeah, I know. And I know you're not. Neither one of us are big Star Wars fans. I'm more of a Trekkie. Everybody knows that.
No, it's like I like Star Wars for what it is. I just don't like Mary Sue's and fucking stories we don't need told.
Yeah, but it's been done by Favreau.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with Favreau.
You can't.
You can't.
Everybody gets their fair shake.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
Okay.
And then the other thing was that Ewan McGregor came out and he announced that he's coming back as Obi-Wan for a show for Disney Plus.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't know when this is. I assume is after episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. Episode 3.
4.
No, episode 3 because Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. I just assume it's at that point. Let me tell you something. See, Disney really wants you to get this motherfucking app.
They do.
Not only do they want you to get it, they're daring you not to get it.
I'm not gonna get it.
Why? Why? Don't you want to see fucking She-Hulk? Don't you want to see Moon Knight?
I also want to see Twilight Zone. It ain't pressing me to get the CBS app.
Don't you want to see the sequel to Lizzie McGuire? Don't you want to see that? Because that's coming. Oh, yeah, that's coming.
If y'all can see my face right now,
he looked like he just smelled the worst thing in the fucking world. Like, what? What the fuck is this shit?
Why?
And it's Hilary Duff. She's coming back as Lizzie McGuire.
You know what? Then let's bring back the sweet life of Zach and Cody. Let's bring back It's Jessie.
What the fuck is this, Jessie?
It's Jessie. It's the story of a girl who's a babysitter for like rich people, and the antics that she gets into while watching the rich kids. And the only reason I even bring that up is because like when you said that they're bringing back Lizzie McGuire, we have this guy at our job. We call him El Chapo, but we also sing the song for It's Jessie whenever he walks by. Life is like a party every day with Jessie. With Jessie.
Well, yeah,
it's a weird ass show and it's dumb and it's just infectious.
Well, it's coming.
Yay!
You know what else is coming? What? And I didn't even know they were doing this.
What?
On launch day, because this comes out November 12th.
Yep.
On that day, they're going to premiere a remake of Lady and the Tramp.
I saw the fucking. Is that poster real?
That's real. I saw the trailer for it.
Oh God.
And it's a mixture of fucking
live action
and CGI. Yeah.
Oh God,
Yep.
no! Why the fuck? Why? I saw the poster and I was hoping it wasn't real. I thought it was just a fan-made poster.
It's very real.
Yeah, look at the spike on the goddamn thing of me yelling because it's so like. Why? It's not even an interesting fucking story.
Okay.
It's about a hobo dog who meets a rich bitch. It's reverse Pretty Woman but with dogs. Who the fuck cares?
Huh? Disney cares.
Disney really wants your fucking money.
They sure do.
And really, all you're getting with the Disney app is canned nostalgia. Are you a fan of the old
see,
fucking
don't you
show?
want to share your childhood with your kids?
We own the movies. That's
true
it.
Too.
That's it. We bought them once.
Hey, listen. I might get it. I'll at least try it. I'll give them an initial $8 Disney because of the fact that it's not just Disney.
Yes.
You're getting all the Disney shit.
And the Marvel shit.
And the Marvel shit. And all the Star Wars shit. You're also getting all the Fox shit.
Yes, you are.
So, if you want to see, like, for example...
Fringe!
Fringe. The next season of Archer, I assume is going to land on the Disney Plus app.
It probably will.
If you want to watch 30 for 30, you got to get the Disney app.
Yeah, probably.
Because ESPN is on that as well. And so is Hulu.
Yeah.
Because they bought Hulu.
Yeah, that's fine.
$8, I mean, come on. And on top of that, going back to Ms. Marvel and Moon Knight and She-Hulk, they did announce that they will be in the MCU. They are part of the MCU.
Okay.
So they're going to be in those movies.
That's fine.
At some point. So, it's like, well, you want to know what's going on with these flicks? You got to watch these shows, man.
Suckle at the Disney.
My question is,
boys.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Uh-huh.
So when this app launches, what happens to the Netflix shows? Like Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Do we have to drink the mind bleach on that too? Like that never happened?
No, they just.
Does Netflix erase those shows because they're part of Marvel and
they probably contractually obligated to keep the shows for X amount of days because that's what their contract denotes. But it's just going to be just like all the Star Wars books, non-canon.
Yeah.
This is a work of fiction and fantasy. It has no bearing on any canonical happenings that Disney will create in the future. So there you go. It becomes imaginary happenings that you enjoy in an isolated setting.
Right.
So yes, if Disney feels like making Luke Cage 1 again, they can do that. Because
are they?
Huh?
Will they?
No,
they're gonna do adult versions. They're gonna do those adult versions of fucking Netflix shows like Netflix did. I don't think they will.
No, they're not, because Disney is a family-friendly company.
Yeah, they're gonna do WandaVision. They're gonna do a sitcom with these two.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Kramer sliding through the door, but it's Nick Fury like,
whoa, what's up, neighbor? I gotta see more of that until for me to okay, they get it. The programs get it. You're fucking loopy, man. What the fuck you putting these Moscow mules, man? Fuck, nigga. Well, so it comes out in November. If they give a free trial,
of course, I'll use
free trial.
I'll use my
that,
free
right?
trial. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, you can't knock five-finger discount.
The first official MCU movie that's going to be exclusively on the app is Endgame. They did announce that as well. So that's that. Some more tasty tidbits. That's all I got for Disney.
Yeah.
I guess for now, anyways. But another tasty tidbit of information. As we talked about a couple weeks ago, Eddie Murphy is coming doing a Dolomite for Netflix.
Dolomite.
Here's the other thing.
Yes.
He's going to host SNL in December.
That's fine.
It's more than it's not just fine. It's fucking great. You know why? Because he hasn't hosted SNL since the 80s.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted. This is what I wanted.
Oh.
It was cool when he did, Donkey. I like Shrek.
Yes.
I adore Shrek.
Everybody likes Shrek.
Everybody, I love Shrek.
Yes.
But I was always one of those people who's like, but what about the grown-ups in the crowd? You know what I mean? And he's coming back, he's doing Dolomite, and he's doing SNL. Great. I hope this is 2019 is a year the Eddie Murphy comeback.
I hope it just doesn't fizzle out like the Pee Wee Herman comeback, because his stand-up show that he did, those two...
The one on HBO?
Yeah,
that was cool. Oh, when he did Pee Wee's Playhouse, but it was supposed to be for adults?
That was great.
I thought it was cool, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more raunchier than that.
I mean,
than what we got. Because the first special he did for HBO before Pee Wee's Playhouse was very adult.
It was very adult.
It was very adult, like the whole Barbie doll situation with the knobs on her tits. I thought that was going to be like, show Cherry, you slut. I thought it was going to be on there. Show Cherry, you slut. What's the secret word?
Crustaceans!
The secret word is Bukkake.
We know what you did on my loose change slot.
Oh yeah, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that was cool.
I mean, I say it's fine because you never know what they're going to have them do. And you don't know how fed they're going to be. It's like, for all you know, he's going to come on, I'm in this show, I'm in this new movie.
Yeah, it could suck like it did the 40th anniversary show where he came out at the end and he really didn't do anything.
No.
And nobody wanted that. I hope that he, if there's one skit I hope he brings back, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
That was a good skit.
That was a good skit.
With Tom Hanks.
That'd be cool.
That would be good.
Because that movie comes out right around the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That would be cool.
As SNL host.
I don't appreciate you besmirching my good name. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. So that's all the news. What are the tidbits I had? Oh no, I'm sorry. I got one more thing. Let's do a little bit of wrestling for a second.
Oh, Wrestlefest.
Congratulations to your girl, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
She got engaged over the weekend.
To who? Not me.
Not me either. To Seth Rollins, a.k.a. Seth
What the fuck, man?
Yep. They are
now
officially engaged. Oh.
Fuck you. If you said like Shinsuke Nakamura or
no.
Or like Big E, I'd be like, yeah, fine.
Well, if it was Big E, he just lived vicariously through
Big
him.
E, yeah.
That's me. That's me. That would have been me if I was a wrestler. That'd be Big E.
What, Big E? No, I would not be Big E.
Well, who you think you're gonna be?
If I were a wrestler, who's that one they don't talk about in There's Kofi Kingston, Big E, and
Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah, okay, Xavier Woods. He's still big. Xavier Woods is big. I'd be Kofi Kingston because he doesn't really get a lot of airplay.
Yes, he does. He's a champ right now.
I mean, he could have been a champ 8 years ago.
But he's a champ now, so you had to wait 8 years. You had to wait till Randy Orton buried you.
It's a written.
And you came back.
It's a written script.
Well,
they could have had a black superstar anytime they wanted
that's
to.
True.
That's true. So when people were like, "Hey, look, we got the first one," you write the story. You could have wrote in a black superstar, and Rock could have been the first one.
Well, he said Booker T.
Booker T could have been the first one.
Technically.
Yeah, any of them could have been the first one. They were all marketable at some given point in time. Vince McMahon is like, nah, man, we're going to do this Black Lives Matter shit.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
Look, if Big Boss Man was still active, I'm surprised they didn't have a Black Lives Matter.
A political corner.
Huh?
We're brother C.
Yes. Well, you look. Let me put it this way. If I wait till my 17th book to make the black guy a hero, when we have a whole cast filled with heroic black people, that's my fault. That's not the reader's fault. That's not the paying customer's fault. That's my fault as the creator. Vince could have did it. See that man right there on your screen? He could have been a champion.
He was champion.
He could have been a champion.
Rock was champion, you idiot.
He could have been a champion.
He was multiple time champion. What are you talking about?
So was Booker T, but not to the degree that everybody wants. 5-time. Okay?
Lord have mercy.
Hulk Hogan, we coming from you.
Nigga.
Nondescript N word.
I can say it. Shit. Oh man. I was so far off track. Oh, okay. So that's all I got for a taste of this information.
Yes.
Let me talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
It might be a time for a debate corner.
Okay, let's debate.
So I was thinking about remakes the other day.
All right.
Is there any movie that you feel is completely off the table? You cannot remake this movie. Or do you feel like everything is up for grabs now?
I think everything is up for grabs because we both had movies that we love, that we adore, and that we saw as not, I would say, the pinnacle of their genre, but very high up there in their genre. Ruin.
Old Boy for you.
Old Boy.
Poltergeist for me.
Poltergeist for you. Martyrs. We had a remake that was god awful. I mean, I Spit on Your Grave had a remake that wasn't awful.
Yeah.
That is the only one I can think of that wasn't god awful. Like, if they did Irreversible, the remake, we know that would be god awful. Because the crux of that movie is a rape scene. And they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're not. That the whole angle of the movie is that scene. And the length and the gore and the visceral nature of that scene is what buys the movie. Everything else is just standard revenge fare.
Yeah.
But that is what makes the movie. Serbian film, that's never gonna get a remake. No. Ever. If someone remakes that movie, you know what? Fucking kudos to you for trying, because I don't see how you do it.
Yep. I agree that everything's up for grabs, and I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you why. Because I was sitting there thinking about this last night.
Yeah.
They could remake Back to the Future.
Sure.
The internet would lose their fucking shit if they did.
We've already had the movie for that. That was Ghostbusters. So.
Okay, no, but I think if it came out tomorrow that they're doing a new Back to the Future, the internet would lose their fucking mind.
No, okay.
Like, oh my god, you can't remake that. Why are you remaking Back to the Future?
If they came out and said, okay, this is why they would lose their mind. If they came out and said, we're remaking Back to the Future, but it's a black adopted Marty McFly, then yeah, they because they'll contrive some way to make Marty McFly black, so it'd be like Marcus McFly.
Okay, I wouldn't do all that. But I do think you can remake that. No,
but I think that's what would cause the collective internet to lose their shit, like Black Ariel.
Okay, here's what they do.
Yes.
Right. This story is set, and let's say they're doing it next year. Let's say next year they're doing Back to the Future. Now it's 2020. So you still have Marty McFly, you still have Doc Brown.
Yep.
Doc Brown built a time machine out of whatever.
A Ferrari.
Or something. Because that's the thing about Back to the Future. It's the DeLorean,
yes,
right?
It is the DeLorean.
It's a very iconic car at this point.
It'd be the what you call it, like...
Fuck it. Go back and do the DeLorean again. Who cares, right?
Yes.
Only this time, he doesn't go back to 1955. He goes back to 1985.
Yeah.
And that's the story. Now, he still got to get his parents back together, but it's 1985 or even 1990. That's 30 years.
Yeah.
That's 30 years.
1990. And see, but the thing is this.
I mean, that's just me in my head. That's if you put a gun in my head and said, or even, not even put a gun in my head, we'll give you, Alan, we're going to give you $5 million to write the new Back to the Future. That'd be my story. Okay, still DeLorean.
Marcus Walker goes back in time in an 88 mile per hour Price Right shopping cart.
Ain't that a bitch?
To the year 1990.
To save his parents.
To save his parents.
To get his parents together.
But first,
so that he's born.
To get his parents together, but first he has to find out which one is the father on Maury.
Maury wasn't a thing in 1990.
I know, but
okay, still. Not even
what was
Jerry
it?
Springer wasn't even.
Jenny Jones was. Or was
1990?
Yeah,
that was mid-90s. All that shit like Jenny Jones and
what about Ricky Lake?
Ricky Lake, that's mid-90s.
Was it mid-90s?
Yeah. Ricky Lake was still doing movies in 1990.
What about...
She was doing China Beach in 1990.
What about, what's her name? The one with the glasses.
Oh, Sally Jesse?
Yeah, Sally Jesse.
Yeah. Okay, I give you that one. But she wasn't doing trashy shit. That would come later on.
That would be her first trashy show then.
Ain't that a bit?
That or, what's his name? Riviera.
Oh,
Geraldo.
Oh,
he was doing those hit pieces back then.
He was doing that trashy
He was doing that trash. So, this time, on Geraldo, Riviera, is this woman a slut? Are these 5 men the troops that invaded her southern shore? Find out tonight.
We're just spitballing here, folks.
We are. And Marcus...
I'm just saying, nothing is off limits. You know why they didn't remake Jaws? Because there's no reason to remake Jaws, because you just do a shark movie.
Because you just had to make.
Because you have 47 meters down. That's why. In deep blue sea. That's why you never saw it.
Deepest, bluest. My head.
The reason why they didn't do Close Encounters is because you just do it fucking full-fledged.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't. That's why you don't see it. Indiana Jones. You had Tomb Raider.
Yep.
And Uncharted.
And Uncharted.
Yeah. But so nothing's completely off limits.
Nope.
Some of this stuff I just assume is coming. We're getting Gremlins again.
Yep.
Just not a movie version. We're getting a cartoon version of Gremlins.
Okay, so is there anything else that you have? Because while we are in this nostalgia circle, I would like to talk about a couple of shows that I watched.
Check yourself out.
So I started one and finished the other. So I started Rocko's Modern Life.
Okay.
Right, which is a special on Netflix. It's just like an hour and a half or so. And Nickelodeon has put out 2 of them, right? So I started with Rocko's, and it hit all the beats that I remember as a kid, right? The jokes were semi-adult.
I never watched Rocko's Modern Life. Explain the show to me.
Rocko's Modern Life is... it's a weird Ren and Stimpy show without it being as in your face. Mm-hmm. The jokes were a little subtler, and it talked about the wallaby named Rocko who lived in O-Town. He worked for...
Oakland?
No, not Oakland. Might as well have been.
What?
But it's
O-Town. You say O-Town, like he was in Oakland?
Yeah, but it was O-Town. He worked for his neighbor, Ed Bighead, in Conglomero, and he was just a cubicle slob. And he had like these adventures with his friend Heifer Wolf, the cow who was adopted by wolves, and Filbert Turtle. Right? So they just had hijinks. That's all the show was. Right? So I got about the first third of the way through, and at the end of like Rocko's Modern Life, he got launched into space.
Okay.
So the way they introduced the show is that they have Really, Really Big Man, who is a fictional character in their show. He's like a TV show that they watch. He uses his nipples of time to show you exactly what's been going on all these years that the show has been off the air. And they've just been floating around space, slightly outside of Earth's orbit, whatnot, what have you. So, like I said, I get through a good third of the show. The jokes are actually, very on point. And I was like, you know what? If I were a kid that was shown this show for the first time, I would giggle. Because there's a lot of fart jokes. They make a lot of what do you call those? Relevant to the day jokes where iPhones are attacking you and people are getting doused in Red Bull and growing muscle arms out of their stomachs.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So I was like, okay, that's cool. That ends that. I watched Invader Zim.
Okay.
Right? Now,
Explain this one to me, because I didn't watch this.
Invader Zim is the story of alien invader that was abandoned by his leaders and sent to Earth to conquer a planet that was not in their path of conquest.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of him, right? So it becomes he comes up with diabolical schemes, kind of like Pinky and the Brain style, to take over the Earth. And this boy named Dib thwarts those plans, but he's the only one who actually realizes that he's an alien, because everybody in the town is freaking an idiot.
Right.
Except for his dad, who's like this mega scientist, but doesn't believe that his son is dealing with alien entities because it doesn't, it's not scientific enough.
Right.
And your son, his son also believes in like ghosts and stuff like that. So I watched this movie, and I was like, if I were watching this as a kid, none of this would be funny. None of it would be really like memorable. And they do a lot of like story beats that like fourth wall breaks and stuff like that, where it's just like this is not really necessary. I understand why like the show had appeal back then, but the humor does not carry over today. And I watched it. I was just like, by the time it was over, I was like, this is just kind of boring. And I went through that show, and I was just like, this is two different ways nostalgia can influence your enjoyment of a show. Because I enjoyed both shows, but one show leaned really hard into nostalgia with Invader Zim, and the other show was just like, look, we're gonna have these characters, but we're gonna make jokes relevant to today so that you can at least laugh at something that you trying to make. We're not trying to make something from 15, 20 years ago funny again. We're taking stuff that's funny today and just putting that 90s color on it.
So your point is that Rocko's Modern Life is like the last season of X-Files.
Was that a good season?
That's a good season.
That's a good.
And then Invader Zim is Fuller House.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
God, yes. That's a good way to put it. It's Fuller House.
Okay.
Like, no one asked for this.
No one asked for this. And when we saw it, it was like, oh, y'all trying too hard.
Yeah.
It's like nothing's changed.
It's like when you told me in Fuller House, where it's like, oh, we wonder where the twins are, and then they look to the camera and do the fourth wall break, and it's like, no, that's irrelevant. No, those twins haven't been relevant in years. And no one's like asking where they are. No one cares. So that's just my tidbit since we were talking about old shows getting renewed and stuff like that. If we were to segue into stuff you had time for.
Well, speaking of Netflix,
I'm sure you saw it.
Oh, it's a special.
Yes.
Oh, special. Absolutely. Watched it last night.
I watched it yesterday as well. No one at my job watched it, which was really depressing.
Yeah, really? You didn't know no one at your job.
No one else
did it but you.
At my job watched it, and I was like,
really?
You know what? All you motherfuckers got homework, and I don't even get to enjoy the conversation because I'm sure everybody's gonna watch it tonight and talk about it tomorrow, and I'm not there. So I will talk about it with you.
Yeah, because I saw it. Of course, I saw it.
In the context of two things. Excuse me. Thank you. Huh?
There is no God.
Oh, that's fine. You could have said Gesundheit or,
It is you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, don't sneeze on the fucking equipment. That, suck my dick. How about that? That's a good one to use too. So, with...
ornery today.
A little. But that's just all the work talking, and I'm trying to, like, really...
You trying to squeeze all that ornery out of you?
I'm trying to wind down.
Well.
And, it was a lift day, and I've had some muscle pain, but let's not get off track here. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones, yes.
Sticks and stones. So, I watched it, and my SO was downstairs, and she's like, oh, did you watch that special? Because she's looking at this Vice article.
Yeah.
And you probably saw the Vice article as well.
No, I did not.
Where it's like, you can skip Sticks and Stones, Dave Chappelle's new special, because he goes on transphobic rants, and it's just the same shtick you've heard before.
What?
And I was like, go fuck yourself, Vice.
That was a funny joke.
No. The thing is this, okay? Because I am one for context. And Vice really dropped the fucking ball with that article, right? In the sense that he sets the tone real fucking early. It's like the third joke in the goddamn special about using the word faggot and the word nigger.
Yeah.
Okay? That sets the tone. Now, I'm not going to tell the joke because I want people to actually watch it.
Yeah,
But-
and anything we say, trying to paraphrase that joke is not going to do it justice.
Yes. So, that's why I kept it very, very vague. But that sets the tone of the special. The duality of the special is saying shit not applicable to you, but still being relevant, right? He does a lot of, I'm not this, but if I was.
Right.
And that's a very prevalent thing that goes through the show. So when Vice puts out an article, oh, skip the special, you shouldn't watch it because he makes fun of trans people. And he says I didn't know that there was a bonus feature at the end of the special where he speaks to the audience.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Until I read this article.
So it's like Marvel movies, like you gotta stay to the end because there's this other clip, there's this other thing at the end of it. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I gotta watch that.
That's the thing I gotta watch too, and that's where they're pulling a lot of their ideas from for this article. They're like, oh, he's very transphobic and this, that, and the third, and I'm like, no, comedy is like the last bastion of free speech, and their walls. They got the horde fucking smashing them down. And it's just the fact that, okay, comedy is intrinsically dark. Okay, I think a lot of us hold on, because I'm about to preface this.
Right.
A lot of us who grew up with Pryor and Red Fox and Carlin and stuff like that, air quote, the greats, their comedy is very personal. Comedy is very personal. You tell stories about yourself. Most of those stories are not the happy-go-lucky stories unless you are like if-then comic or a situational comic or a observational comic, right? Right. So, comedy is very personal from what at least what I see. Because I see you rolling around those marbles in your head. Like, you really want to...
I'm sitting here just drinking my beer and listening to you.
So you're drunk rocking.
I'm fucking drunk right now, nigga.
Anywho.
Keep talking. Really got the bottle, nigga?
Yes.
Come on, man. What if I want one?
Then get a shot glass.
That's gross. I don't want your fucking germs.
I didn't blow anybody.
That's gonna be the fucking title of the show. C has cooties.
C has cooties. Brother C sharing the cooties. But no, it's like, okay, so a lot of comedy is personal experience shared with an audience to get laughs, right? And it tends to be darker than usual, right? So one of Richard Pryor's greatest bits is about how he lit himself on fire during fucking goddamn 8-Ball.
Well, not only that, but when he was on drugs and he used to suck dick for drugs.
Yeah. So and his jokes were based around my mother's a whore.
Yeah.
And I am the product of that.
He's a trick baby.
You're a trick baby. Okay. So the thing is this. In today's society, he comes out doing this. Oh, you can't say stuff like that. You can't do stuff like that. It's a lot of pushback for saying things people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's like, comedy is still an art. Okay, if I drew penises for a living in like Keith Haring style, God, that is a reference a lot of people aren't gonna get.
No, that's a fucking deep cut. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Keith, okay, slight aggression. You grew up around during the 90s when the AIDS epidemic was in high point. So you remember the AIDS posters where they had like the chalk outline people.
Sure.
Right? That's Keith Haring.
Okay.
He did all those AIDS posters and made AIDS awareness posters and stuff like that.
I gotta look that up. But
you'll look it up and you'll be like, oh, I know what that guy is. I used to call chalk outlines the dancing man until my mom explained what those
No,
were.
I knew. Hey, listen, I knew what chalk outlines were right away. Like somebody died over here. I'm seeing quite a few.
No, but when I was really young, I was like, "Hey, that's the Dancing Man." She's like, "Oh boy, I got it." That was a long explanation, but then Keith
Right.
Haring took those chalk outlines and made it into his art pieces. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, so it's like when I see an article that says, "No, you shouldn't watch this special because he says things that might be offensive." It really fucking pissed me off because I am, look, everybody has the right to say what they want to. Whether you want to listen to it or not is up to you as the individual. And he says, "You clicked on my face.
That's true.
You wanted to watch this. So if I offend you, you can easily click off. But you know what I bring to the table." So it's like when I see stuff like that, I get pissed off. All in all, I thought it was an okay special.
Yeah, I thought there's some funny parts to it. For what it's worth, it's always going to be my favorite of his.
Huh?
For what it's worth.
Yeah. Oh yes.
It's always going to be my favorite. Because that's the one that makes me laugh the hardest. This one was fine. I get your point.
Mm-hmm.
Where I wasn't offended by anything he said.
No.
The trans joke was
hilarious.
Funny joke.
And it hits home.
Listen, programs, especially to you, Thundercats.
Yes.
Somebody once said that the First Amendment doesn't protect the things you want to hear.
No.
It protects the things you don't want to hear.
Exactly.
And to your point, we talked about this before. I love Big J. Ogerson.
Yes.
He says some racist shit sometimes. So does Anthony Cumia.
Yes.
However, they are fucking funny as shit.
They are.
They are fucking hilarious. And it's up to the individual
to parse out.
Yeah, if you're going, well, not even parse out. Just if you're going to be offended, that's you.
Yeah.
You don't speak for everybody. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for somebody like me, who is very, very difficult to offend. You had to offend me personally. You had to come at me personally to offend me, more than just a generalization.
Yes.
Which a lot of comedy is for me. It's just generalization.
Yeah. It's very broad strokes.
Yeah. Comics paint as such.
Hit me up, brother. See, broad strokes.
But
where's my Netflix special?
That's coming.
Yeah,
that's coming.
That's what I'll call it.
Where's my Netflix special?
No, that's coming.
That's coming. Jesus Christ. But I liked it for what it was, and I watched the first one he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like his fourth.
Third, because he did.
No, because he did one in Austin. Then he did the other two that dropped on New Year's Day, right. And this is fourth. This is fourth one. Hey, listen. Anytime that Dave Chappelle wants to do stand up, I have all the time in order for him.
Yep, sure do.
Just like if Eddie Murphy did a stand up special, I have all the time in order for that. If he
did Delirious too, fine.
Or whatever you can call it. Whatever you can call it, whatever it is. Like I shit my pants on Netflix, and I'd be like, all right, let's watch this shit.
And it's just an hour of him shitting his pants.
Yeah, fine, that's fine.
And he ends and says, "The Aristocrats."
Oh, when it's just the first part of Raw, yes. When he was a little kid. Yeah. Yeah. But if you have Netflix, go out of your way to see it. Yeah. Don't listen to Vice. I like Vice, but on this one, I can't agree. I don't agree with that either. Like, don't watch it, like because he's transphobic. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He wasn't transphobic. He even said it. It's like I don't have a problem with nobody.
It's just that the jokes write themselves.
Yeah, jokes write themselves. And if you're part of the LGBTQ community and you want to be accepted, you have to accept jokes, just like everybody else. You can't be excluded. That's the problem. Yeah, they want to be excluded from all this shit. You can't be.
You gotta be in it for thick and thin.
That's right.
Okay. I've heard so many nigga jokes.
I did like the his take on Jesse Smollett. Juicy Smollett.
Hi. French actor. French Black actor, Juicy Smollett.
That was funny.
That was
funny.
good.
The other thing I had, the other bullshit I had time for, I saw Good Boys.
You saw the Good Boys. Okay.
This is coming from the same people that's Super Bad. And
was it just Super Bad?
Pretty much. It's Super Bad with kids. With tweens. So the premise of the story is that you got these three kids, these three boys, Max, Lucas, and Thor.
His name is Thor, or is that his nickname?
I think it's his nickname.
Okay.
I guess.
Is Thor the black guy?
No.
Let me guess. He's Lucas.
Yes.
Of course he's Lucas.
And they're quote unquote the nerds of the school, the geeks of the school.
Yeah.
They're not the cool kids.
Not the cool kids.
Not the cool kids. But they get invited to this fucking party, this kissing party, right? Because they're all in junior high. At some point, there's this scene where there's like a fucking drone that Max has.
Yes.
It belongs to his father. It's very important to like his work, and he loses it. And these two chicks find it. They're like party chicks.
Yeah.
And they have Molly. They did this Molly. So it's them trying to get this fucking drone back.
Yeah.
So that they can go to this party tonight. So they don't get grounded and all this shit, right? That's kind of the premise of the story. Am I wrong to say that I wish this movie was more raunchier than it was?
Okay.
Because the idea of this movie is that you got these tweens.
Horned up tweens.
Not even, kind of.
They're tweens.
They're tweens. Just cussing.
Okay.
Which is nothing new.
Yes.
Because
everybody.
This is like a South Park.
Yeah.
They did worse things on that show than they did in here. You know? So, to me, I just wanted it to be just a little bit more raunchier than it was. I don't know how you do it with
kids.
These are obviously kids. You watch this movie, they're obviously kids. So you can't put like naked chicks in front of them. You know what I mean? Because that's just going to be wrong. You're like, oh, that's wrong. You can't do that shit. But I like to think that there's a way you could have done it.
You do
where they're not where the kids aren't there, but it's there.
You do they find the box of Playboys or whatever.
It's something like that. I mean, there are some things like they find for example, they find a sex doll, but they think it's a CPR doll. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of because they're kids.
Yeah, they don't
understand like this is.
Do they find the dildos and use them as like nunchucks?
Yes, they do. They find anal beads and use them as nunchucks.
Aww. Okay.
It's shit like that. They're supposed to be.
It's very by the books. Then it's very by the books.
It's very innocent.
Yeah.
With them, it's like oh, these are lightsabers. Let's do a sword fight with these dildos. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, right? And I was like, nah, but I saw this before.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have too much more to say about it. Is it a theater movie or bootleg movie? I'm gonna say it's a bootleg movie. It's a bootleg movie.
Bootleg.
Nah, it's this is why it's super bad.
It's not something you haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's super bad. That's all it is. It's like it's super bad. It was Jonah Hill like we need to get laid before we graduate from high school.
Now, if it was something like we need to get laid while we're in fucking before we get to high school, and that was their goal, it'd be hilarious. Cause
yeah, it might be, but then again, how do you do that movie? How do you do?
It's called Kids, and I lived it.
It wasn't really they weren't trying to. It wasn't like there was a goal per se.
Yeah.
There was just like Tully was just fucking chicks. This is just fucking chicks, you know. But he didn't know he had AIDS.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
God damn.
Fucking kids.
I just had a fucking...
Damn, kids.
Fucking flashback. Jesus fucking...
Man, I'll tell a story. I knew a chick back in the day when kids, when I saw kids, I knew a chick that looked I know a couple of chicks that looked just like Jenny.
Oh.
Yeah. And There was one night where I know her name. I'm not going to say it on air.
Yes, of course not.
But she was at our house. I was my first apartment with a roommate. So she was a friend of my roommate's.
Yes.
And she fucking passed out
And
on a chair.
how many dicks in her face?
I don't know. None of them. One of them wasn't mine. I tell you that much. It wasn't mine. Not incriminating my goddamn self. But
a lot of penises.
I just assume.
Oh, okay.
And she had like a very short skirt on.
Oh.
And I was like, and they told me about it the next day. I was like, oh God, y'all raising kids for real? That's gross.
You fucking
no. I've been in situations like that in my life where I was drunk and there was a chick like sitting next to me and she passed out, and I actually had. I'll tell you. You know what? Story time. Let's go back to 1998.
The dark chapters.
No. This actually.
Where's Harvey?
No, it's not a dark chapter in my shut up scene. No, it's actually a very happy time in my life.
Oh, okay.
Very, 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 very happy young time in my life, right?
Springtime up as you.
Shut up. Shut your fucking mouth.
Go ahead.
I was at a house one night. I got invited to a house party.
Mm-hmm.
And we get there. I get there. Everybody's paired up with some chick.
Yep.
And I was paired up with a chick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thick chick, yeah. Hence why I like thick chicks.
Yep.
Not the whole reason, but part of the reason, right?
Okay.
But this chick was so fucking. She was white girl wasted. Before we knew what white girl wasted meant.
Yep.
She was white girl wasted, right? And the whole night I'm just sitting there holding her hair while she pukes.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So here comes the end of the night. She's passed out on the couch. Everybody else is fucking.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody went to her room and started fucking.
Yes.
So I'm sitting down on the couch. Not even couch, on the floor.
Not fucking.
Ironically, coincidentally, watching Jerry Springer shows.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, right?
360.
I'll never forget it because this dude came upstairs who knew this chick. He was like, he saw her passed out on the couch, saw me sitting on the floor. He's like, you're not going to fuck her? I'm like, she's passed out. What the fuck am I going to do? She's fucking passed out.
Yeah.
This dude told me, and I swear on my parents' ashes, he told me this. All you got to do is just go and lay on the couch with her. Start touching on her. She'll come to, and you just start fucking her. And I was like, nah. I'm all the way out in the suburbs.
Yes.
I'm the only black guy here.
Yep.
And the worst thing that could happen is that this chick comes to and sees this strange black dude
to kill a mockingbird
on top of her.
Yep.
Fucking. She calls the cops and says, this black dude raped me. What do you think's going to happen to me? I'm going to jail like that.
Yes.
So I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. I slept on the floor that night. I had nothing to do with her. Nothing. Yeah. I could hear people fucking. I was so mad.
You are a virtuous individual.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, God damn it!
May your penis be blessed in the future.
I saw her. I saw the girl a couple days later, and she was like, "Thank you for not
taking advantage
of me. Thank you for looking out for me."
Did she give you like?
No, I got nothing from this girl.
Oh.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. But I walked away knowing that I did the right thing, and that's the moral of the story. Do the right thing. If you're a black dude, and there's some white
okay.
girl
Here's the
on the goddamn couch, do not fuck her.
That's
Don't
the caveat. If you're a black dude, always do the right thing because you're gonna get accused otherwise. So you might as well not have semen as evidence.
Absolutely not. I did not. No, don't do that.
Don't be a sticky bandit.
Don't do that. That sticky bandit?
Yeah, from Home Alone. Remember when they were like, "We're gonna"?
I went in a way different direction with that shit.
Yeah, you're talking about jizz and being sticky. We know what you were talking about.
She was going to be sticky in the morning.
Oh,
that didn't happen.
Hello.
That did not happen, folks.
No, it. God, like I said, there are a lot of memories being dredged up. And I know that like a lot of my memories are good, like of a chivalrous nature. But it's like I knew that asshole kid. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh nah, I'm fucking everything. I'm fucking all of them. They passed out of fucking all of them. And it was weird because he was seen as unironically cute to a lot of them.
Yeah, I know that guy too. I've been around that guy as well.
So it's like he does like really like perverted shit, and they're like, "Oh no, but it's just him," and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, "You're like a really weird impish Mr. Burns, where it's like everybody thinks you're
Everybody's knocked out.
harmless."
Excellent.
Excellent. Yes, it was like that. Like Rohypnol. Excellent. And it's like it always threw me off how, unaware they were until years later when I was visiting the city and someone was like, well, I was like, your only option is to stay at his house, and they're like, I would rather sleep in the street. And I was like, wow, did it turn that sour? He's like, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
actually, see,
yes.
since we're sharing stories, let's share another story with you.
All right, story time part two.
The time I was with 3 passed out drunk white girls in an apartment.
Was it your apartment?
No, it was their apartment.
Okay, go ahead.
I was at a club one night when I was partying super fucking hard.
In Thundercat?
Yes. And I met this girl. She was from Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
Thick chick. Thick Italian chick.
Okay.
So we were all hugged up, kissing on each other. And she invited me back to her friend's apartment. It was her and 2 other girls.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go back to the apartment.
About to make it happen.
I'm about to make it happen on this fold out couch with this broad, right? She passes out. So do they.
Oh.
Didn't get anything. Any of the 3. And I could have been that dude. It could have been an asshole again. Could have been an asshole. And fucked any one of these 3. They would probably, they would have known about it the next day. Didn't do anything. I just slept. No. Never heard from any of these 3 again. I was like, God damn it. I could have played Three's Company or Four's Company with these 3 chicks and nothing happened. Nothing. I think,
I swear, if I could find this fucking poem that was written about me in the school publication, and it was like it was so weird because when I read it, I was like, you're talking about that night. I know what you're talking about in this poem. And it was just one of those things where only other person who saw this, and knew what it was friend of the show.
Yeah.
And so he read it. He's like, oh, she wrote about that? And I was like, yeah, that was a thing that happened that she wrote about. And I was like, huh. I'm glad people are not really imaginative to take anything.
Yeah, I don't have Tucker Max stories like that.
No, oh yeah, Tucker Max was an asshole though.
He was such a fucking. It's Tucker Max. If you don't know, he wrote a few books. The most famous is I Hope It's Her Beer in Hell.
Yeah, Beer in Hell.
And when he talks about sex escapades, and a lot of those stories are just like you're a fucking asshole.
And a lot of them were debunked.
What?
Because, okay, so if you ever get a chance...
Is he like James Fry
yes.
Middle Little Pieces?
Yes.
Really?
Where, okay, so there's an infamous clip where he's on Opie and Anthony. Man, this show should just be called 360 because everything's running back into itself.
Okay.
So he's on Opie and Anthony calls him out. He's like, yo, this story talks about you hiding in a closet, and the smell, the anal sex was so bad that you started vomiting, and then she started vomiting, and everybody in the room is vomiting. This didn't fucking happen, did it? He's like, no, man, it's real, it's true. And I'm like, no, it's not. And if you want to write fantastical stories, we're not gonna stop you. But when you come on our show and try to put it off as real, Yeah, we're gonna call you out on this bullshit.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
And then I believe the clip ends with him.
I like that book.
Storming. It was made into a movie.
Yes, it was.
It was a shitty movie.
I never saw it, but I did read that book. I like that book quite a bit.
Yeah, because Sescapade.
Because he was such an asshole.
You know, Tales of Robbery are funny.
Well, we did say in the test run we would give some life lessons, and that is a life lesson.
Yeah, don't be a fucking asshole that rapes people while they're asleep.
Don't be that asshole. You know,
let them still.
This is not me. Because it's easy enough to say that, oh, well, you just put pussy on a pedestal and yours is intimidated. No, that's not.
No, that's just there's right and there's wrong.
Yeah, there's right, there's wrong, and there's really wrong.
Gentlemen,
and both of those scenarios I just
having sex with a passed out person
is not cool.
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
Let them still.
I won't. I have an Austin Powers rule.
Yes.
Like the first one, it's like when he's in bed with Elizabeth Hurley, it's like I can't fuck you because you're drunk. It's not right.
Yeah.
And I've lived by that motto. If we're both drunk, that's one thing. That's one thing if we're both drunk.
We're both drunk and awake.
Drunk and aware.
Yeah, aware. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, if we're both drunk and aware, we know this is going to happen, that's one thing. But if you're just fucking balls out, girls gone wild drunk, and I'm not, that's not fair. It's not fair because I know what's going on and you don't. And it's not fair.
Listen, guys. Let them find your stash of LSD, take it, shrug their shoulders as to why they took it, start tripping, and then you do it. Because everybody's tripping drugs at that point.
Like, who's the fucking butler and fucking Archer?
Woodhouse.
When I was like, the lemur appeared on her cheek and she can't go to the hospital because she's, quote, tripping balls.
Yes. Trip balls, because tripping balls is fun, guys. And let them steal it, and then it's okay.
I never tripped that hard before.
That's the crux of...
But that's another story for another time.
That's the crux of my story. Yeah. They found I kept it in a philosophy book. And
of course you did.
Yeah, because
were the pages cut out? So like a hole in the middle of this book?
No. Okay. It was my bookmark.
Okay.
And it was a sheet, and it was wrapped in aluminum foil. And they were like, "Yo, we found your bookmark," and I was like, and I see huge pages like chunked out, ripped out of it, and they're like, "Yeah, we took it," and I was like, "That's a lot of LSD. Y'all gonna be ripping, roaring in a few minutes." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." And so at that point, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna make these cinnamon rolls and play Guitar Hero. Y'all start tripping, and when y'all start tripping, let me know, because y'all are gonna need to be like walk through this.
Yeah.
Because when you trip for the first time, you want to be with somebody that can, kind of pilot the plane." And not make Pac-Man noises while you're driving in the car. But all in all, it was they started like making out with each other, and then I was like, why not? We're all fucking high right now, so
I'll take them on both. I'm hardcore.
Yes.
Were you Tommy fucking Dreamer?
Yes, but look, I wish I could say, oh man, it was like that scene from American Psycho where he had the mirrors on and he's flexing in the mirrors and he's banging. Nah, they were really more into each other, and it was more like I wasn't really third wheeling it because I did get rocks off, but I understood that it would have happened.
Yuck.
It would have happened whether I was there or not, because they took my drugs.
I can tell you that I've not a similar situation, but kind of your situation.
Yeah.
But I can tell you my story ended way better than yours did. Yours did. But that's another story for another time. Just like the shroom story, and I did say in a past episode that when DK came back around, we will tell.
Yes, we will tell that shroom story.
The shroom story.
That's an embarrassing story for me because y'all made me do a lot of work.
No, don't say nothing more.
No, I'm not. I'm just mad.
Say enough that what's up with this shroom story? We got to hear this.
Yeah, well, they made me do a lot of fucking hurdle jumping. and a lot of mind work.
Yeah, that was great.
It's like trying to do. It's like trying to do freaking.
What a great
physics
night! What a great
when you
night.
only have your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s up to snuff.
If you make a word, you win. You got anything else, Z?
I don't have anything else.
I have nothing else either.
All right, let's roll into those
and we're
box
close
office
to
numbers.
the 90-minute mark.
Oh, really? Awesome.
So let's close out the show as we always do with some box office numbers. These are the top 10 highest grossing movies of the past weekend, according to JoeBlow.com. Number one movie in the country was Angel Has Fallen.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, I see it. Probably.
It's
I didn't see
bootleg.
London Has Fallen.
You should. I mean, if you're going to go through the whole series, you might as well.
Where do I find it? You can't find it anywhere.
It was on Netflix.
Hey, see, that's the problem. It was on Netflix. It's not on Netflix anymore.
Really?
So me, I have to actually go out and buy it.
Maybe
somewhere.
Hulu or Prime. Check.
Maybe.
Check.
But it debuted at $21.2 million.
All right.
Number two was Good Boys. I just talked about that movie. It made $11.7 million.
We them boys.
We them boys made $42 million so far.
All right.
Number three was a movie called Overcomer. I'm sorry, Overcomer. I have no idea.
That's what
that sounds like something you find in Brazzers.
Yes.
But
Derek Overcomer.
It made $8.2 million. It debuted at $8.2 million.
He only does facials.
Number four was Lion King. Made another $8.1 million. It's already up to $500 million. $510.6 million to be exact.
Nice.
Just here in the States. Number seven was Hobbs and Shaw. It also made $8.1 million.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Go Idris Elba.
$147.7 million so far. Number six was Ready or Not.
Yeah, I can.
I like to assume that the Man in Black SUV will have that on Friday, so hopefully I'll have a review of that. But it made $7.5 million, already up to $10.5 million. Number seven was the Angry Birds movie Part 2. $6.3 million, $27 million.
How that's not a thing, and Castle Crashers is not, or Clash of Clans, whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever.
Fruit Ninja? That's coming. Fruit Ninja, the movie? It's coming.
I know. God damn, that was a big game too. Go ahead.
Number 8 was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yay!
Made $6 million.
I saw that picture on the last podcast. That thing is.
See, you see what I'm saying?
Really
that shit was disturbing, man. Like,
really
what?
Fucking freaky.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie. It was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That naked grudge ghost.
Yeah. It made $6 million. Is up to $50.4 million.
I'm glad. It's actually respectable for a kid's horror movie.
Yeah. Number 9 was Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Fuck that.
$5.2 million. $43 million.
Please pass the mic.
Wow. And number 10 was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Still making money.
Yep. It made $5 million. It is up to $123.1 million here in the States.
Okay.
So, coming up this weekend, only one movie.
Really?
Don't Let Go. With David, I'm going to fuck his name up. Lolo. He played Thurgood Marshall.
Okay.
David Oreo. This is what that is like. Marshmallow Ali.
Marshall Ali.
Yeah. But that's the only movies coming up because let's be honest, folks. Summer's over.
Yeah.
We're
back in the swing of things. We're getting.
Well, you're back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
It never
changes.
It never changes for me except for the weather. And listen.
It is what
this summer was just a summer.
The summer of summer, and which is actually fine. Considering how many ebbs and flows we've had in the past summers.
Yeah.
This one is actually fine.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't great. Wasn't great.
But it wasn't either.
Oh yeah, it wasn't bad either. It was just like I'm gonna look back at this summer and be like, well, all the movies that I wanted to see, I saw.
Yeah.
Summer. I saw every major movie that came out this summer. Some I liked, some I hated, but it is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you looking forward to the next 7 days? There is one thing I'm looking forward to.
All right.
Labor Day.
Yes.
I'm gonna. I will
You'll be spending, hopefully, spending another fun-filled afternoon at the Brother C Estate with the fam, throwing some bones potentially, not flipping people out of chairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I hope to be spending Labor Day with your drunk, blind stepfather.
Yes.
Which is always a fun time.
Always.
I appreciate the fact that your mom and dad like me.
Yes, you are. No, it's like after 4th of July, they were like, it took you long enough to get to the fucking house, but you are officially family. So that's how you are viewed. You are the third brother.
I appreciate that.
Second brother, I guess.
Appreciate. Yeah, I think you're second brother, not your third brother.
Second brother.
But I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I did have a good time on the 4th with your family. Listen to old school soul music and
typical black barbecue shit.
Yeah, and trying to learn dominoes. And
next time maybe you'll play a hand.
The last gasp of summer, which is Labor Day weekend.
Yes, it is.
Then I will
wear your white shoes then.
You know what? Go big or go home. You know what I mean? So yeah. Not to say there's not anything in the fall that I'm not looking forward to.
Pumpkin spice, I know you love it.
Yep, that
Ugg boots.
Yeah, Ugg boots. I'm gonna be rocking Ugg boots and yoga pants and drinking pumpkin spice.
Yep,
none of those things are gonna happen. None of those things are gonna happen. I am looking forward to it part 2.
Yes,
man. And Dr. Sleep.
I forgot that was coming out.
Oh, and guess what? 3 from Hell comes out, I guess, next month.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. You gotta figure. I might have to call off on a day or have a next.
Man, you know, if we can coordinate that shit,
where we can
and get some,
I will Uber
and not
out.
only that, but get some drugs for that or be fucked up for that. We need to go to the theater and see that shit.
I might have to make some calls. I'll figure out the day it comes out, and that might just be a day where I don't feel so good. Not coming in.
Yeah.
I'm old.
I'm old. My knees hurt.
Hey, hey, about the party foul for a second.
Yeah, word.
Hey, Alan. What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I already did the joke.
I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't matter.
That joke flew over my head. I was like, my shoe doesn't fit. My feet hurt. My fucking feet hurt.
She gagged because she got to the ball when she was blowing dick.
Okay.
But okay, I can use a lighter dad joke.
Lord have mercy.
But I'm not going to.
Okay. Well,
on that note,
programs, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Or whenever you're listening to this shit. I've been Alan 1. That dude's with Brother C. We are the Geeks from Apartment 2. And as always, you door open for you.
Deuces!
Laters!
Catch these hands!
Really? Really? You that dude right now? Yeah. You fucking Braun Strowman?
I am big breading right now.
You eat a lot of bread.
I don't eat a lot of bread. Carbs are not in this.
Fucking liar.
Whole chicken.
Liar.
Maybe an opossum if I find one in the street.
Liar.
Joke man's arm.